Las Vegas is in a big slump this summer, costing the city.
Is Las Vegas dying, or is it all hype?
The end of Las Vegas is closer than ever. In 2025, visitors are being priced out of the city. The city that once prided itself on being the destination of fun is now on the verge of collapse. Sin City, where the lights shine bright and the fun never stops. The beauty of the nightlife can't be underestimated, with breathtaking views. But as incredible as it all sounds, Las Vegas is losing its charm, and it just might be coming to a crashing end. What if I told you that Vegas is gradually getting empty? Would it sound crazy? Believe it or not, something is shifting, and while the streets are still buzzing with energy, you can tell that things are no longer the same. The throngs of tourists are obviously smaller this year, and the dough isn't rolling in as usual. People are taking shorter trips and even holding onto their wallets a little tighter. Even with the change in the air, the hotels still seem reasonably full, especially on the weekends. But this dip is putting a serious squeeze on the casinos and the resorts. Vegas is experiencing a surprising shift. Despite the constant buzz, the usual crowds are thinning out. People are shortening their trips and spending less cash, which puts the city's favorite resorts and casinos under pressure. But that's not all. There's also the decline in international tourists. Definitely a new kind of silence is settling over Sin City. The cross-border energy is gone. The Canadian visitors who were once a steady flow are now just trickling in. That absence is hitting the occupancy charts hard, and it's also affecting ticket sales for shows and restaurants. Now Vegas is forced into a tight corner, especially with its airlines and resorts depending on travelers from nearby states until the global traffic picks up again. But this feels like just the beginning of this city's dilemma, as down on the Strip, people were talking. They were saying the price of everything is so much higher than it was a decade ago. But the resorts are claiming that they're focusing on experiences that are worth the investment, hence the hike in price. But the big question is whether the guests would actually go along with that high price strategy. Right now, the future of the Strip is riding on their answer. With the usual flood of Canadian visitors dwindling, everything from hotel occupancy to show ticket sales is on the brink of collapse, and the global travel is still slow. Airlines and resorts are now forced to shift their focus to travelers from nearby states. While visitors are complaining about the high cost of the new Vegas resorts, they're also trying to justify these hikes by promising a premium experience. The city seems to be taking a big gamble on this new strategy, and only time is going to tell if it'll pay off. But what about the fall of the famous Tropicana? The Tropicana was a legendary structure, but its time has apparently run out. In October 2024, it finally imploded. For more than 60 years, it was a shining star on the Strip. But its fall was a clear sign of something bigger. But at what cost? The breakdown of Vegas's famous tourist attraction came at a devastating cost, as old tourists who loved it were no longer enthusiastic about visiting Vegas. Yet Vegas isn't so keen on holding on to its past. The Tropicana, as promised, was going to be replaced with the Major League Baseball stadium. The Oakland Athletics were proposing a new ballpark on the site to host games and events. Supporters were saying the project could bring in a whole new crowd, including families, sports fans, and locals. However, this is a really risky gamble, so there's no guarantee that an alternative plan would work out. The truth is that the end of an era arrived for Las Vegas when the historic Tropicana Casino imploded. The building, which had been a landmark for over 60 years, was taken down to make way for a new future, at the cost of losing oldies who came to Vegas for it. Even though this move was supposed to birth a new era, has it become a doomsday move for Vegas instead? As though the situation couldn't get any worse, players who once expected free buffets and show tickets are forced to accept a new reality. The freebies are becoming harder to afford. Casinos are now recalibrating their rewards, giving deeper benefits only to the biggest and most consistent spenders. That change has become an unbearable punch to the gut for fans who had grown used to the old ways. It was a sharp turn, and it was a sign that the fun and games were now all business. This strategic shift was a corporate gamble, a move to align with the new goals of the Las Vegas companies. The plan was to look for high-value players and weed out the casual gamblers. It's a decision that has stung a lot of people pretty badly. Now, beyond that, The shift is a direct response to corporate goals and the desires to maximize profits. This decision has become a tough pill for many visitors to swallow, but Boyd, one of the major hotels in Las Vegas, has made it an even harder reality to accept. A quiet change was happening off the Strip. In March 2025, Boyd Gaming made a surprising announcement. The company was shutting down a popular venue inside the Orleans Hotel, and the music was fading fast. The decision was a clear sign that even the off-strip hotels were changing with the times. For years, mid-sized shows were a big part of the local scene, drawing in crowds and keeping the property busy, but now it's a bit of a different game. The focus is shifting to other forms of entertainment that are bringing in bigger profits. It's another dramatic example of Las Vegas losing its flavors. This particular event underscores that even properties with a strong local following are prioritizing corporate goals over their long-standing entertainment offerings. The change is difficult for the performers and fans who are losing their beloved space. The city seems to be focusing less on attracting a wide range of casual players with free perks and is now focusing more on a business model that prioritizes the most profitable customers. The new approach seems to be a risk, and they know it. And in the move to fix some of the damages already done, they started slashing prices, rolling out new promotions, and tweaking all of their existing packages. It's a race to the bottom to attract visitors and fill out all of those empty spots, but is it working? The pressure is definitely on to keep Sin City alive and kicking, but now everybody's wondering if it's a sign of a new reality for the city, and if this new strategy is even going to work. The city is on the edge, plain and simple. The local economy relies too much on tourism and consumer spending. It's an unspoken truth that you can feel in the air like a looming storm. What happens when the visitors stop coming because they're simply too broke? Or what if they show up but only spend half as much as they used to? The ripple effect will hit everyone, from the seasoned dealers at the tables to the hardworking servers at the restaurants and the small business owners who are just trying to keep their doors open. So, what's the solution? Vegas will need to diversify. The city must start investing in industries outside of the typical tourist traps. Think tech, think healthcare, think renewable energy, anything that can give the city a stable economic foundation that isn't tied to how much some tourist blows on the slots or a bottle service. It's time to build a new dream, one that's not just a gamble, but is a sure bet on the future of Vegas. The old ways are fading fast, and a new era of corporate-driven rewards is taking over.